Thank you, everybody, and welcome to Center Stage. Today's guest was born and raised on the south side of Chicago, where he grew up idolizing Michael Jordan. A 4-inch growth spurt prior to his junior year in high school helped move him off the bench and into the starting lineup and onto Marquette University. He helped lead the Golden Eagles to a Final Four appearance in the NCAA tournament. Drafted 5th by the Miami Heat in 2003, he would later team up with Shaquille O'Neal for an NBA championship where he was named the Finals MVP. Most recently, this 4-time NBA All-Star was a key component of the United States Olympic Redeem Team, which captured the gold in Beijing. Please welcome one of basketball's flashiest performers and brightest stars, Dwyane Wade.
That was a great intro.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, it's coming.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Yeah?
I'm doing great.
Tell me about the gold medal. How special was that?
Oh, it was unbelievable to get the opportunity to go to Beijing and, compete for your country. We played for everybody. We wasn't just playing for ourselves. We played for the USA, and to finally get it, after 8 years of not winning the gold, it just felt great.
No, the 8 years, is that what made this so special? Because you guys, it wasn't just you got together before the Olympics. This was a long-term commitment where you guys really were together for a while. Why was it so important?
Well, yeah, it was a 3-year commitment, and we put a lot of work in. We got a lot of our summers up, our time up, to really be committed to changing the way that Olympic basketball, the way that the NBA game is received, worldwide. So I think everyone gave of themselves. We had the best of the best playing on the team. 1 through 12, we had great players on the team, and everyone, like I said, gave themselves for each other. And it wasn't about no individual player. It was really, I can honestly say it was about the team. And I think we went out there, and I think we showed first class by us on the court and off the court, that we really enjoyed being there.
How tough is it, Dwyane? Because everybody that's on that team is a superstar in his own right. You got to kind of put the ego at the door. Who was the toughest guy to put the ego at the door?
Well, you know what? One thing that Coach K told us when we came into the meeting, he said, you know what? A lot of people say, check your ego at the door. He said, I don't want you to check your egos at the door. I want all of us to put our egos on the umbrella, because egos is what makes you who you are. I want you to be who you are, but I don't want you to be who you are.
Right.
So, I pretty much understanding that he wanted us to have the confidence that we always have, but knowing that it's about the team and no one is bigger than the team. And I think by us losing for the last couple of years, that we really wanted to get this done, and we knew that we couldn't do it, by ourselves individually.
Now, obviously, you played against everybody that was on your team, but now that you're playing with them, is there anybody that impressed you and said, wow, he's better than I actually thought he is?
Well, of course, once you get to see someone in practice, once you get to see them up close, everyone's better than, you thought they was. But it was a couple players that really, that I thought had a great Olympics. I thought Chris Bosh had a great Olympics. A lot of people look at him as being frail and, a big guy in the league, but, I never knew how vocal he was. I never knew how good defensively he was, and just the little things that he brought to the team. I never knew that. Chris Paul, of course, always continues to, to surprise me about, how fast he's getting to be one of the best point guards in the game, if not the best by now. So there's so many players. I can name some of every player, on the team. Don't want to forget anybody, but everybody, is really better than you thought, because you don't get to see them, every day. So.
It's interesting, you've played on all-star teams before. Usually, though, all-star teams, it's about showboat and there's no defense. Yeah. This is legitimate basketball. You played with the greatest players in the world. As a basketball player, was that like a real high?
Oh, no question. Just an example is the gold medal game. A lot of people said, how was y'all feeling when the Spain team cut it to 2 or 4? I said, I was feeling great. Because on my NBA team, I feel like, okay, I have to make a play. I have to make something happen. But on the Olympic team, I looked around and said, oh, anybody in this court can make something happen. I knew that I had Kobe on the left wing. I knew that LeBron was in the middle and Chris Paul had the ball and I was on the right. So I'm looking around like, oh, we're in great shape.
Right.
So playing with those guys, you're confident. You're confident.
It's almost like a Nintendo game.
Yeah, it's like I don't even think I can make that team up on a video game. I don't think they would let me get all those players. Let me trade. So it was great.
Are you amazed, Dwyane, at what basketball has become around the world? From what I heard, Kobe Bryant was like the Beatles in Beijing, right?
Yeah. No, he was Paul.
Really?
Yeah, we was the Beatles. He was Paul. It was just great to see how our game has got so global. David Stern has done a great job of making our game go global. I didn't expect it. From Athens to China was like not even. I don't even want to say night and day. It was some way. It was beyond that.
Really?
Just how exciting the fans was every day. Like I'm like okay, y'all seen us for a month now, but even from the first day to the 30th day, they still was the same excitement.
Let's talk about Athens 2004. You're on that team. Larry Brown's the coach. You guys win the bronze medal, but America, that's a disappointment. What went wrong with that team?
One thing about the team is the team had good individual players, in the respective in the NBA, but it just wasn't the right mix of guys, and it wasn't enough time. We had a week and a half to try to, get this team together, and we wasn't on the same page. We had a lot of veteran guys, and then you brought in Carmelo, LeBron, D-Wade, Carlos Boozer, who was all, in their first year in the league. So it was just we wasn't all on the same page.
Use you guys that much.
And no, not at all.
Right.
So it wasn't a good mix, and but them guys are good individual players, no question about it. But this time around, just a better team. We all understood that no one was above anyone else. We was all on the same level.